There is no fact to show that the governor of the central bank was involved in this. He gave the instructions in the presence of two deputy governors. The claim that the governor interfered with the work of the tender board is not true. Therefore, I appointed a committee of 3 to look into the matters related to the 30-year bond issued on the 27th of February. How else am I to look into this? I cannot tell it to the monetary board. I cannot investigate that. I need to be satisfied with it. This statement was issued following revelations made on the bond scam, which we began reporting on the 8th of March 2015. Newsfirst obtained sensitive information regarding irregularities in the bond transactions and was able to reveal that the government suffered losses worth billions. Thanks to the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, a massive amount of details continue to be revealed regarding the nefarious transaction. It was revealed in the Presidential Commission that Arjuna Aloysius was privy to sensitive internal information and financial information. Even the lawyer that appeared on behalf of Arjuna Aloysius' company has informed that he can no longer represent the company before the Commission. We are proud to say that we were able to report this massive fraud of public funds over 2 years ago. We revealed this scam standing together with the people and on behalf of the people. Likewise, we stand with the people and continue our crusade for the truth. In much the same way, the Prime Minister dismissed Newsfirst's revelations on the bond scam in 2015, the Prime Minister today responded in similar vein to revelations that we made regarding the third phase of the Central Expressway through a statement in Parliament.
I'm making this special statement because over the past 2 weeks, a certain media organization, there is no need to conceal anything, it is the Sirsa Media Network, they have been carrying out a campaign against the Central Expressway. They have been slinging mud at this project. So I wanted to reveal the truth to the chamber as well as the public. On the 22nd of June 2016, letters were issued to 3 Japanese companies calling for their bids for the project. One company provided the cost. However, there were technical shortcomings. A special advisor to the Japanese Prime Minister, Dr. Hirohito Hisumi, met with me on the 10th of October 2016 and assured that the government of Japan would make sure that we receive a proper response when we call for costs for the project for a second time. Thereby, the CCEM took steps to issue letters to these companies once again on the 26th of October 2016. 2 Japanese companies provided their costing for the project. Fujita Corp 147 billion rupees and Taisei Corp 159 billion rupees.
Fujita Samagama Rupial billion 147, Taisei Samagama billion 159.
Is this the truth? Fujita Corp is a company which was initially rejected by the project committee based on key points. Number 1. The project committee stated that Fujita has not been involved in a contract of over $600 million for the past 5 years. Number 2. The lack of experience in key activities. Number 3. Being unable to prove financial capacity. These are the 3 factors highlighted for rejecting Fujita. When tenders were called for the construction project, the bid submitted by Taisei was also rejected based on a lack of a bid bond. Doesn't the Prime Minister's own statement prove that the 2 contractors who have been chosen to complete the construction project are not qualified for this project?
Fujita Samagamata kontrattuwa laba dීම සුදුසු බව.
The cabinet reached a decision to award the project to Fujita Corp on the 6th of December 2016. The CANC then announced that Fujita, which submitted the lowest bid, has failed to meet 2 criteria. Therefore, the next step was to negotiate with Taisei, which submitted the other bid. On the 12th of April 2017, Special Advisor to the Japanese Cabinet, Shigeru Kiyuma, made a written request from the Minister of Highways, Lakshman Kiriyalla, on behalf of the Japanese government. He stated that the Japanese government would be pleased if consideration is given to Fujita. Thereby, Lakshman Kiriyalla submitted a cabinet paper to award the construction project to Taisei at a cost of 134 billion rupees. On the 28th of August 2017, the General Manager of Taisei and the CEO of Fujita wrote a letter to the Minister of Highways, and it states that based on the requirements of the Japanese and Sri Lankan governments, our companies are taking the necessary steps to work together. Thereby, according to the information I have received, they are planning on splitting the third phase into 2 parts, one each to Fujita and Taisei.
අදීරේ කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදා ගන්නට යනවා. එකක් ටයිසේ සමාගම, එකක් ෆුජිටා සමාගම.
On the 5th of June, the Japanese government's official stance was conveyed to the government through letter by Japanese ambassador to Sri Lanka. The letter states that, quote, "The government of Japan fully respects the Sri Lankan rules and procedures for tenders carried out by the government of Sri Lanka, including for the third section of the Central Highway, and is in no position to raise objections to the results of a lawful tender procedure." On whose behest was opportunity granted for a rejected company to join this project when the Japanese government clearly states that they have no intention of interfering with the legal tender procedure? A meeting was held on the 29th of June 2017 between Minister Lakshman Kirialla, Chaminda De Silva, advisor to the minister, representatives of the Taisei Corporation and Fujita Corporation, along with representatives of two other companies. The minutes of the said meeting highlight some startling revelations. During the meeting, a representative of the Fujita Corporation states that direction by the subject minister to form a consortium makes Fujita confused since Fujita was rejected. The representative of Taisei responded by expressing deep concerns about the violation of bidding procedure and rules of the country. Advisor to Minister Lakshman Kirialla, Chaminda De Silva, who has no official authority to overrule any decision, responded to the Japanese representatives, stating that there was no violation of bidding procedures and rules. Since the bidding process continued, the Japanese representative of Taisei expressed concerns regarding the transparency and legitimacy of bidding.
They are talking about the Sri Lankan government initiating this project at a cost which is 25 billion less. They are calling me a thief. They are calling me a thief because I did this. If I was doing it at a greater cost, then they could call me a thief. We have been able to reduce the price by 25 billion. I didn't do it personally. It was the cabinet subcommittee. If this is robbery, what do they call when people actually steal? Why has this media institution been hurt by the fact that we have received a benefit of 25 billion? Why are they crying? Why do they blame us? The media asked who this is for. This is for the people.
මධ්‍යම අධිවේගී මාර්ගය හදන්නේ කාටද කියලා මේ මාධ්‍ය ආයතන ප්‍රශ්න කරනවා. ඒක හදන්නේ ජනතාවට.
The Prime Minister also spoke of massive savings that he was able to secure. He noted that he was able to save 25 billion rupees through negotiations. The Prime Minister points out that he was able to reduce the initial cost of 159 billion rupees of Taisei Corporation to 134 billion rupees. However, the Cabinet-approved negotiation committee's final report states that the engineer's estimate for this project is 123.5 billion rupees. What is the saving that the country benefits from completing a project with an engineer's estimate of 123.5 billion rupees at a cost of 134 billion rupees? In actual fact, this is 11 billion rupees above the engineer's estimate. This is the truth.
There were two ways in which Japan could have assisted in this program. One is through a loan from Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank. The second is a loan from JICA. There are many things to do in order to get assistance from JICA. They noted that it would take a long time to get done. Since we expected to finish this project in a matter of 3 years, the most practical solution was to obtain a loan through the Mitsubishi Bank. We are currently negotiating with the Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank to obtain these funds.
Then Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank was සමග සාකච්ඡා පැවැත්වෙනවා.
The Prime Minister also stated that since the project needed to be completed in 3 years, a commercial loan was obtained through the Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank for the project, as it would take too long to obtain funds through the Japan International Cooperation Agency. It is the general public who will have to pay off this massive interest for the commercial loan obtained for this project by the Prime Minister. If the loan was obtained through JICA, the government would have been able to secure the money at concessionary interest rates. Government-to-government loans certainly don't take 10 years. If the Prime Minister is unable to negotiate credit in quick time, there are plenty of leading private sector corporates that can. Perhaps he should leave it to them instead of making decisions that would load the costs of financing on innocent people. In any case, who called for this project to be completed in 3 years? Isn't it the people of this country who will have to pay off the high-interest commercial loans that were obtained because the government was in a rush? What's the hurry to get this done by 2020?
There are Maharajas in society who attempt to steal the benefits which are due to the public.
Yes, there are Maharajas in society. Maharajas who are with the people and for the people. Maharajas who expose Maha Horu. As proven in the past, we stand by our reporting.